So reality shows have always kind of been at least a little bit mean. That's kind of like the deal, right? The show will be mean to you and exploit you in the public eye, and in exchange will give you a platform and hopefully fame. Like, think of all the stars who got their start on reality TV. It's like Kelly Clarkson let herself get judged by Simon Cowell, and in exchange she got a record contract. Kim Kardashian got to be put through the ringer by E, and in exchange she got to become one of the most famous people on the planet. All those people who went on The Ultimatum endured humiliation and exploitation at the most vulnerable point in their relationships, and in exchange they got... Actually, I honestly couldn't really tell you what they got. I feel like they didn't really get that much out of it. Seems like kind of a bad deal. But given the low moral standards of the cesspool that is reality TV as a whole, a reality show would have to sink pretty low to actually stand out from the pack. Which is why I am somewhat shocked to tell you that I think I may have actually found the single meanest reality show ever made.
Your body is just too thin.
I feel like you're a little bit too big.
That extra 7 to 10 pounds you could probably get rid of.
I felt pretty comfortable up until they started talking about my teeth.
Open your mouth. I need to see the teeth. Oh, you need to get your teeth fixed.
Yeah, it's crazy to say, but that little montage is truly just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to this show. The show is called Are You Hot? And the full title of the show is technically Are You Hot? The Search for America's Sexiest People. And in the UK, the show is called Are You Hot? The Search for Britain's Sexiest Philosopher. A little Harry Potter humor for you there. And this is the full description of the show. Women and men are judged to be sexy or not using harsh critique. Yep, that's it. It is exactly what you'd think it is. By the way, I also like how in the description of the show, they specify that they're using harsh critique. It's like, yeah, I don't think there's actually a way to do this kind of critique that wouldn't be harsh. You're literally judging strangers based on their looks. There's no chill, nice way to do that. Basically, hot people all over America go on this show and let random judges nitpick their flaws. The premise of the show is so simple that it kind of makes you go, why didn't anyone else think of this before? And then you realize that people definitely did think of this before, and then they just probably thought to themselves like, oh, that's such a mean-spirited and cruel idea for a show. We definitely shouldn't do that. But the producers of this show thought, oh, that's such a mean-spirited and cruel idea for a show. When do we start? So it's kind of like American Idol, except for instead of the judges, like, you know, judging people based on their singing voice or their charm or their charisma or performance ability, it's just the judges calling them fucking ugly. That's the show. That's literally the entire show. I don't know what was going on in 2003. I guess maybe that was the year where people got a little sick of judging people by the content of their character, but this is Are You Hot? And it's horrifying. Also, again, the quality of the footage here is not great because I'm sure whoever made this show has tried desperately to scrub it from the internet or any streaming service or something. I wish there was some place that, like, preserved these type of shows. Like, kind of like a reverse Library of Congress. Instead of, like, preserving great art so we remember how good it is, it preserves shitty art that never lets us forget how low people can sink. Kind of like a warning of how bad entertainment can be. So let's get into it. This is Are You Hot?
This is the show that cuts to the chase. You are not going to hear any bad versions of Aretha Franklin songs. You will not be forced to endure any mediocre stand-up comedy because we don't care if you can dance, sing, or tell jokes. All we want to know is one thing. Are you hot?
The host is like, we don't care about your talent, your skill, or the content of your character. We're literally just straight up bad people. Also, he says bad covers of Aretha Franklin songs. Is that supposed to be like a shot at American Idol? Because like he does know that like American Idol also includes, oh, I don't know, good covers of Aretha Franklin songs that uplift the spirit.
Now, you may not always think that our competitors are quite that hot, but the important thing is they think they are.
The important thing is we're tricking them. Ha 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 ha.
We have divided the nation into 4 hot zones, each one representing a different geographical region. Tonight, we focus on the Northeast, Hot Zone 1.
So the Northeast is Hot Zone 1. I'm gonna start using that in my daily life. Next time someone tells me they're from the Northeast, I'm just gonna be like, oh, so Hot Zone 1. Yeah, I grew up in Hot Zone 1, but I went to college in Hot Zone 3, but I still have family in Hot Zone 2. And you might be wondering how they're gonna kind of get into the judgment process, how they're gonna kind of set this up. The answer is they're not. They're just gonna kind of dive straight into it.
A 30-year-old massage therapist from Chicago, Illinois, Candace Boyle.
What did the judges think about Candace? Not. Sorry, Candace.
Oh, they just immediately said not? They didn't even give their reasoning? I don't know if that's nicer or meaner, to not give your reasons. Maybe she got off easy, I don't know.
Nick Zaccateria.
And the verdict on Nick? Not.
The verdict on Nick is not. Again, they looked at him for like 2 seconds. 2 seconds, and his self-esteem is just toast forever. Wow.
Linda Griffith.
What did the judges think? Hot. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations, Linda. This is a great honor.
A 21-year-old student from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Sean Cassidy.
Damn, Sean kind of looks like the villain in an anime. And I'm not even saying he looks bad even. I don't even mean that in a mean way. I'm just saying he looks like someone who would try to like kick Goku through the sun.
Hot.
A 19-year-old retail sales associate from Richfield, Minnesota, Ann Swancutt.
What did the judges decide about Anne? Not.
Alright, the show's been going for like less than 10 minutes and it already feels so dark. It's just like an unfeeling conveyor belt of judgment. This little sequence is like if someone reduced reality TV to its basest form. Just a conveyor belt of people being called ugly over and over and over again.
Mel Platsky.
I like how it shows the judges conferring. What could they possibly be saying to each other? Hey, did the demon whose bidding we do say this one's hot or not? Just want to make sure we're serving our satanic overlords correctly with this one.
Not.
So if you thought that was bad, don't worry. It's about to get so much worse. Now they move into kind of a more in-depth judgment of these contestants, where they actually give specific feedback and notes as to what makes these people hot or not. And it goes just about as bad as you can imagine.
What exactly is it that makes a person hot? Well, we are looking for 3 basic components: face, body, and overall sex appeal.
Alright, so the 3 criteria they use to judge are face, body, and overall sex appeal. Now I'm honestly just trying to imagine someone who would have a terrible face, terrible body, but somehow just like score off the charts in sex appeal. Oh, never mind, I got it. It's Shrek, obviously. Shrek totally has tons of sex appeal while still objectively having a pretty bad face and body. Shrek. Man, now I wonder if Shrek will be on this show. Is Shrek Swamp in Hot Zone 2, or?
Let's have a look at our first competitor right now.
A 25-year-old executive office manager from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Melinda Griffith.
Randolph?
All right, well, I'm glad you skipped the Baywatch audition and headed this way. But listen.
It's a small victory, but I love that the judge's little joke didn't get a single laugh. Like, he told his joke, no one laughed, and then he tried to kind of move on to save face, but it didn't work. I caught it.
All right, well, I'm glad you skipped the Baywatch audition and headed this way. But listen.
He's like, I'm glad you skipped the Baywatch audition to head this way. Anyway, I hate your body.
Baywatch are here. You're going to need to firm that body up just a little bit. I know you guys like these voluptuous packages, but I saw a little too much jiggle.
Did he really just tell this woman you're going to need to firm that body up? She should get to kill him with a harpoon gun.
Who did the caps?
Actually, they were bonded by a cosmetic dentist in
Too
Atlanta.
big. Gotta take them down. I think those teeth are too big. Hey, I just
How
think
about
they're
some
too
scores,
big.
Randolph?
I think
Face,
the face
body?
is a 7.5. I deducted for the teeth. Sorry, but she's got a sultry look. The body, I'm sorry, I gave her a 7.5. She needed to firm it up just a little bit.
Seriously, sir? She needs to firm that body up? You need to be fucking executed.
Overall sex appeal, though, a 9. She's a sexy woman.
Also, I hate how she has to applaud at the end as if to pretend that this is just like totally chill and normal feedback she's been getting. She's like, oh, of course. I need to firm my body up. Exactly. Thank you so much.
There's something that's just a little bit off with it, whether it's a little hard. I'm not quite sure, so I give you a 5 on the face. Oh, give me a break.
Yeah, give her a break. Can't a lady even stomp on a strange girl's self-esteem without getting booed anymore? Come on.
Body, I give a 4, but I think overall sex appeal, I think you're very, very sexy and you know how to use your body.
Damn, she really just said your body is a 4, but you know how to use it. A statement that I'm sure this poor girl has dissected in therapy for years and years afterwards.
I give your sex appeal as a 9.9 because of the way you're coming out here, you know.
I also hate how this guy gets to swoop in at the end and give higher scores and come off as like the good cop in this situation, because like, no, none of them are good cops. Even if the scores are high, the whole scoring system is fucked. He sucks too. This whole thing sucks.
A 21-year-old student from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Sean Cassidy.
You know, Sean, do you lift weights?
Good on Sean for not even cracking a smile at that. I like how this guy kind of looks like the judge if the judge was younger and more jacked. I'm sure that has nothing to do with like the very insecure judgment the judge is sending his way.
Say about an 8.7 on the body, only because you probably could do a few less bench presses.
The judge is just like clearly insecure about it. He's like, yeah, you could do a few less bench presses and also have more wrinkles on your face and also wear cool yellow sunglasses inside. Then and only then would you be a hot guy.
Your body, you give a 5 because I think you're way too muscular. Like I said, it's too ape gorilla looking. I think it's just too much.
Jesus Christ, they're really saying this guy gets a low score on his body because he's jacked as hell? Since when is being jacked as hell bad? Like, it would be fucked up enough if they were judging these people by like the traditional beauty standard. Like, that would be messed up, but it seems like they're not even doing that. It seems like they're just kind of making up their own beauty standards just for the sake of dunking on these people. They're like, ah, your body would be good, but sadly you're ripped, and obviously we all hate that. Is it obvious? That would not be obvious to me.
Sean, thank you very much. Thank you.
You don't have to thank them, Sean. They did you no service. Sean would have been totally justified if instead of saying thank you, he had just been like, oh, fuck you guys. Honestly, I don't know why I did this. You all suck. Now, at this point, you're probably thinking, who the hell do these judges think they are? Like, who are these people to judge the America's Sexiest Person contest? So let's go back a little bit and just meet our judges.
So let's get started by meeting our experts.
These are the people who determine who's sexy?
Fashion designer to the stars, Randolph Duke.
Randolph Duke sounds like the name of a supervillain, and with that leather jacket suit he's wearing, he kind of looks like a supervillain. But he's a judge on this show, so he's actually just a regular villain.
Supermodel Rachel Hunter.
Alright, this lady used to be a model, and again, I don't want to like armchair psychologist this, but there is something about someone who used to be a model and then kind of aged out of it and is now spending their time critiquing the looks of younger women. And again, not to judge the judge, but there seems to be a pretty obvious A to B in terms of psychological problems at work here.
And international heartthrob Lorenzo Lamas.
Is this guy actually an international heartthrob? I've literally never heard of him. Let me look it up real quick. Lorenzo Lamas. Alright, it says he starred in a show called Falcon Crest from 1981 to 1990. Alright, I guess he can call these people fucking ugly then. He starred in Falcon Crest, you know what I mean? Everyone knows the rules. When you star in Falcon Crest, you get to call strangers hideous. That makes sense. That checks out.
Your body's awesome. I give you also a 9 there, and I give your sex appeal a 9.5.
Well, Lisa, you're an absolute angel. In fact, you remind me of a Charlie's Angel. That 70s kind of Kate Jackson thing, right?
Alright, obviously it's upsetting when they're mean to the contestants and they give them low scores, but somehow it's like even more disturbing when they're nice to the contestants and give them high scores. Like, I guess it feels less mean, but more creepy. Like, when they're mean to contestants, it feels like they're bullies, like picking on a nerd at school, but when they're nice to the contestants, it feels like they're serial killers sizing up their next victim. Like, they're basically like, yeah, I'm gonna give your body a 10 because it perfectly matches the dimensions of the coffin I built for you in my murder dungeon.
You got a 9.9 on the face. You're a gorgeous woman. I'd say about a 9.7 on the body. And about a 9.0 on the sex appeal.
Okay, of course they gave her a high score for sex appeal. They had already given her high scores for face and body. And honestly, now I'm just trying to think of someone who would rank really highly in face and body, but then somehow have like no sex appeal. Oh, never mind, I got it. That person would be Shrek in his human form from Shrek 2. Because Shrek in his human form has an objectively better face and body, but just subjectively no sex appeal at all. Like, his riz was gone. Damn, now that I'm talking about it, maybe instead of making a video on this evil show, I should have just done a video on the Shrek franchise. Probably would have been more fun for everybody. Well, too late now.
How you doing, Jermaine? What's going on?
How's it going?
You got a great body, you got a good physique. Like you guys need to work on the legs. It's all about the upper body. We are shooting the full length. Pan down, please.
Hey fucker, how about we see your legs? You're talking a lot of trash about this guy's legs for someone whose legs are conveniently hidden behind the desk.
They're a little skinny for the upper body. 8.5 on the body, because this chicken legs I had to deduct.
I've noticed that the middle-aged man who we only see from the chest up suddenly has a lot to say about who has or hasn't been skipping leg day. And also, yeah, like I don't want to fall into the trap of like making fun of the judge's appearance because that would seem kind of hypocritical after I'm, getting on the judge for making fun of other people's appearances, but I'll just say this, I highly doubt that guy's leather jacket is hiding like jacked biceps. I doubt that very much. But again, I'm not in the habit of critiquing people for their looks, alright? That's their game.
You've got a really hot body, so what, the chicken legs, I'm sure you can work that out.
Yeah, so what about the chicken legs? So what about the fake flaw we totally just made up to humiliate you on national television? Who even cares about that? So what? Again, all of these judges need to do a little stint in prison. I'm also just gonna point out that this contestant is wearing a cross. Unfortunately for him, God has no power in the Are You Hot studio. That's Satan's domain. Sorry. Like, honestly, how does everyone involved in the show not just, like, feel awful while they're filming? Because, I mean, these judges are so bad. These judges are basically doing everything short of going over the contestants' bodies with a laser pointer.
Just stand towards me. Just face me. Okay. Put your heels together for me, Carrie, will you?
Here we go.
Okay.
Wait, Lorenzo.
Oh god, they're going over contestants' bodies with a laser pointer. Fuck. I really should have made this video about Shrek.
Turn around one more time.
Yeah, even when the judges like a contestant, it's still somehow disturbing.
Now, I'm not necessarily pointing at any flaws. I'm pointing right now at perfection. I love this.
Also, I can't believe I made it this long without talking about the live studio audience. Why is there a live studio audience? Who would do this? Like, I feel like going to a taping of this show to be in the audience is, like, more fucked up and perverted than just, like, going to a strip club or something. Because at least then, like, you're being honest about what you're doing. In this scenario, it's like you're trying to act like you're just, like, at the Ellen show, like, applauding a 10-year-old who can jump rope really fast. It's like, no, you're being hateful perverts. You're the audience on the hateful pervert show. Just saying. Just saying.
Your sex appeal is 2.
Sorry, the show was bumming me out, so I just started thinking about other stuff. You remember how in Shrek 2, the fairy godmother sings a version of I Need a Hero as kind of Shrek in the game, storms the castle to save the day? Damn, that was sick. That was metal as hell. And again, I know that has nothing to do with whatever evil shit the judges just said, but, my mind had to wander for a second. But alright, back to the mean show for mean people.
Hey, Ken, how's it going, man?
It's going good.
I kind of have a problem with your hair. It's bothering me.
Again, these are the judges? At least in America's Top Model, like, you're being judged by Tyra Banks, who in her own right was like a super hot top model. Who the fuck are these guys? This guy looks like one of the kids from Rocket Power all grown up. And I do mean that in a derogatory way.
Your body, you are very thin, but you look great, you carry it well.
She says, you're thin, but you carry it well. Somehow you found a way to carry being thin well. I don't know how you did it, but you carry being super skinny and adhering to the traditional beauty standards super well. Congratulations, I know that must be super hard for you. Okay, I also want to stop real quick because I know all this kind of look shaming and negativity can cumulatively add up to be kind of a bit of a bummer. So real quick, just to brighten everyone's spirits a bit, I'm gonna just do a totally unrelated, goofy little joke for you, okay? Just to lighten the mood. Why does Darth Vader wear a cape? Have you noticed that? Darth Vader is always wearing a cape. Like every other part of Darth Vader's wardrobe, the mask, the little breathing apparatus with the buttons, all the tubes, like that's to like help him breathe and keep him alive, but the cape? The cape is purely a style thing. I just imagine Darth Vader being pulled out of his med tank and, hooked up into his suit, have his mask lowered over his head, the breathing tubes are inserted, and then he just kind of looks at himself in the mirror and goes, it needs a little something. Like, bro really got dunked in lava and is still trying to aura farm. I guess that's why he's the chosen one. All right, mood brightened. Back to the evil show.
The attitude needs to improve. You need to come out here and own the stage to get that sex appeal higher. So about 7.0 on the sex appeal.
Oh no, he tries to hype up the crowd and nobody cheers. Did you see that?
7.0 on the sex appeal.
Oh god, it sucks because I really want to be on his side, but that was just an unforced error.
I'm going to give you a 9.9 on the body because there's always room for improvement.
There's always room for improvement. This judge is right. There is always room to improve. But no, seriously, this judge needs to be sent to federal prison.
Now the power to control their destinies is in your hands. Go to abc.com, keyword hot, and vote for your favorite male and female contestants.
Alright, you heard the man. Go to abc.com, keyword hot, and then go to the beach and throw your computer into the ocean. So, that's the show. I looked it up to try to find more information, and the one silver lining of this whole thing is that it was canceled after 6 episodes due to low ratings. Thank God. The fact that nobody actually wanted to watch this show gives me genuine hope for humanity. I will also point out that when I was looking up information about the show, one thing I found no information on was prize money. It literally doesn't say if anyone even won any money for going on the show. But I guess to be fair, what amount of money would make being on the show worth it anyway? It's like, I certainly wouldn't submit to having my body scrutinized by these judges on national television for like anything short of like $30, $40, $20. And also, I guess the argument the show would make is like, hey, these people knew what they were getting into, but like, no, they didn't. Not really, right? Because all of these people who went on the Are You Hot show thought they were hot. Like, you don't agree to go on the Are You Hot show unless you are 100% confident that like, well, clearly I'll be hot though. I'm certainly not one of the knots. The host even said it at the beginning. They know they're tricking these people. Like, the producers intentionally brought on people who they knew were expecting positive feedback just so they could give them negative feedback. Which, look, I guess American Idol does too, but I don't know, I feel like there might be a difference between someone like singing off key and Simon Cowell saying you sung off key, and this guy going over someone's physical body with a laser pointer. But in conclusion, I'd say if there was one thing about this show that I genuinely do appreciate, it's using a laser pointer to critique women's bodies. No, I'm kidding. Put away your pitchforks. I was doing a little joke. I wanted to talk about Shrek. But no, if there is one thing about this show that I genuinely do appreciate, is that it's mean as hell, but it doesn't try to hide it at all. Like, it wears its lack of a heart on its sleeve. Like, I hate to break it to you, but reality shows today are still fucking mean, but like, now they try to hide it. They try to pretend they're good. Like, the biggest reality show today is Love Island, and guess what? Love Island is mean as hell, but it tries to pretend that it's not, that, oh, we're just helping these people find love. Like, Love Island fans will relentlessly bully every single contestant who goes on the show, and yet they all tell themselves they're doing it for righteous reasons. Oh, she's a mean girl. Oh, he's toxic. Oh, she's problematic. Oh, he's love bombing. Oh, she's crazy. But I think we all know in our gut that like, those aren't the real reasons they're bullying these people. The real reason is that they're fucking mean and they like to be mean, and watching these shows gives them an outlet to be fucking mean. That's the real reason. You wanna know how I know? Because all those other reasons I listed, they're always changing. There's always a different reason to be mean to a different contestant. The only constant, and I mean the only constant, is the bully. So if the only constant in your behavior is bullying, then you're a bully. So at least Are You Hot doesn't try to hide it. They're like, yeah, this is the bullying show. We're gonna bring people on here to bully them. And if you watch this, it's because you like bullying. Like, the judges on Are You Hot weren't trying to pretend that they were doing social justice by calling out the thigh gap on a woman because she voted for Bush in the election of 2000. No, they're just bullying, because that's what the show is. And I guess if there's any lesson to be learned from this show, it's that if reality television isn't going to be nice, then the least it can do is be honest.